Internationally acclaimed painter and sculptor from Colombia, Amparo Garzon always knew she would be an artist. Extremely restless, at age 3 she was already in kindergarten and remembers the joy she felt with her first drawing.
I was raised in the town of Armero. There, my father used to take me to see his university associates. One of them was an artist. At that time, I already knew what painting was, what it meant to be a sculptor, and I understood that I liked that. I think it was a message from the soul.
Always connected with her inner world, and in a constant search of ways for expression during the past 35 years, Amparo has found in the different spiritual philosophies a support to create her own language.
I utilize connections because that is the one strength I have. I always have a direct connection with God. I am very easily able to communicate with God and with the very essence of myself. I never put up any resistance. I simply feel the call from my heart and do what I need to do.
20 years ago, Amparo felt the need to self-expression through form. Magical realism was the art domain that would allow her to travel from the invisible world, the inner world of her essence, to the visible universe, and to create forms that would communicate pure love. Saturated by the bright sunlight, the blue of the sky, and by the warm nature of her town, Armero, Amparo Garzon's art is absolutely feminine.
My work through the magical realism is totally feminine. It deeply touches that yin part, that delicate and subtle element of the human being that makes people think, feel, or act.
The watermelon appears as her first feminine symbol, and she uses it when she needs a strong feminine expression. The watermelon appears strong, but when it is opened, it has the freshness of its pulp and the sensuality of the pink and magenta colors.
When I did the domestic violence series, I used the watermelon with those nails because it was the strongest way I had to show that a nail could hurt such a tender part of a human being. Not only the domestic violence towards women, but violence in all human beings.
In her series The Eves, the apple is a representation of eroticism and love. The apples appear in the window as a symbol of interior perfection, as the only fruit that, according to legend, was the only food from paradise that remained on earth. From her mother, Paulina Mendoza, she learned how the world is sustained through the unbreakable bonds that a woman creates with her children. In the sculptures and paintings of the Jug series, kitchen containers represent dialogues among women who pass on the moral values to their children.
For me, my daughter was and is the perfect manifestation of God's love in me. Before my daughter's birth, I started working in the series Waiting for Natalia. That series has been growing with Natalia. The drawings are always elongated because it's as if stretching life, as if I keep walking with her.
Amparo Garzon's husband, Roberto, has promoted her work around the world. For this reason, she dedicates a series, Salesman of Dreams, to him. It's a self-portrait with him, the passion and the spirituality.
Every anniversary, Amparo gives me her book of sketches, which I treasure because I think that our history is written in those books. Not only do those books hold the sketches of the paintings, but also the messages that she leaves me, and messages that I leave to her, and that my daughter also leaves.
In their gallery in Brickell, Spirit del Art, Amparo, Roberto, and Natalia share a space with the dreams of this spiritual artist.
Art is such a sublime expression of mankind, of the spirituality of the human being, so deep and so perfect as the communication with God. It has been discovered that art heals. It is through art that the human being starts to feel important, starts to want to heal all that which he is not allowed to grow.
If as a child she knew that after touching things she could draw them, now she understands the talents were given to her with a purpose after having achieved through art a whole and complete vision of life. Like a perfect tree situated between heaven and earth.
It is a job I have to do, a way of communicating where I made a commitment before arriving at this level. Through my art, I have been able to express myself, and through my art, I have sought my real essence. Art has been my life.
The preceding program was a production of WLRN Public Television.